Mystery at Blind Frog Ranch, tucked away in the vast, sun-baked wilderness of southeastern Utah, lies a property shrouded in layers of mystery, folklore, and conspiracy, the enigmatic ranch of the Blind Frog. With a name as peculiar as its reputation, the Blind Frog Ranch isn't merely a stretch of desert land. It's a place where the lines between science and the supernatural blur, where secrets seem to seep from the earth itself, and where a growing number of people believe that something profoundly unknown lies just beneath the surface. The ranch is located in the Uinta Basin, a region already steeped in tales of unexplained activity. While Skinwalker Ranch to the north often dominates the headlines for high strangeness, Blind Frog Ranch has emerged as its lesser-known, perhaps even more bizarre cousin. Situated near the town of Vernal, Utah, the property spans approximately 160 acres of rugged terrain marked by cliffs, caves, and ancient riverbeds. At a glance, it might look like just another piece of Utah wilderness, but stories attached to the land suggest otherwise. Its curious name, Blind Frog Ranch, stems from the discovery of blind amphibians in the area's underground caverns. These eyeless frogs, adapted to perpetual darkness, became more than just a biological oddity. They became a symbol of the hidden forces said to operate beneath the ranch. Locals whispered about unusual magnetic anomalies, underground chambers that defied exploration, and a history riddled with inexplicable incidents. The ranch gained wider notoriety when entrepreneur and adventurer Dwayne Ollinger purchased the land. Initially drawn by rumors of Spanish gold buried deep in the rocky underworld, Ollinger's interest quickly evolved into an obsession. What began as a search for treasure transformed into an odyssey of decoding the strange behavior of the land itself. Excavation efforts repeatedly met with failure, equipment mysteriously failed, ground collapsed without warning, and electromagnetic disturbances interfered with technology. The deeper the team dug, the stranger things became. Beneath the surface, the ranch hosts a vast network of tunnels and caverns carved over millennia by subterranean rivers. These natural voids seem to defy the conventional understanding of geology. Some are filled with metallic ores, while others exude a strange, unidentifiable energy. Thermal imaging and ground-penetrating radar have revealed anomalous structures, some appearing artificial, buried hundreds of feet below the surface. According to some researchers, these formations suggest that the region may have been tampered with long before recorded history. Adding to the mystique are the stories passed down by Native American tribes, particularly the Ute people, who have long considered the area spiritually significant. Tribal legends speak of portals to other realms, of beings that emerge from the earth, and of sacred areas that must not be disturbed. These oral histories, often dismissed by outsiders as mythology, take on new gravity when considered alongside the strange experiences reported on the ranch. Time distortions, compass malfunctions, and disorienting sensations have all been documented by visitors and researchers. Animals behave erratically. Lights appear in the night sky and vanish without trace. Some even claim to have encountered shadowy figures moving through the brush, though no evidence has ever conclusively supported such encounters. Yet the consistency of these reports, from both skeptics and believers alike, suggests that something truly unusual may be at work. One of the more controversial theories connected to the ranch is that of an ancient underground base, either man-made or extraterrestrial in origin. Proponents point to electromagnetic readings and unusual metallic signatures far below the surface as proof. Some suggest that the caverns beneath the ranch might house advanced technologies, perhaps remnants of a forgotten civilization or evidence of alien activity. These ideas remain speculative, but they fuel the public's fascination with the ranch. Others believe the Blind Frog Ranch is part of a larger energetic grid, a kind of natural power node where ley lines intersect. In this view, the ranch functions like a battery, absorbing and discharging energies in ways not yet understood by mainstream science. This theory aligns with the frequent reports of nausea, vertigo, and intense emotional reactions experienced by those who spend time on the land. Instruments register erratic spikes in radiation and electromagnetic pulses that defy known sour, or perhaps because of these mysteries, the ranch has been the subject of a reality television series, bringing its enigmas to a global audience. The series documents Ollinger's efforts to unearth the truth, combining elements of science, adventure, and paranormal investigation. While some criticize the show for dramatizing as a valuable lens into a very real puzzle that continues to defy easy explanation. For those interested in visiting or researching Blind Frog Ranch, access is strictly controlled. The property is privately owned, and security measures prevent unauthorized entry. This hasn't stopped curious travelers from trying to glimpse the ranch from nearby roads or to speak with locals in the surrounding towns. Most will find themselves disappointed, as the ranch sits in a remote location with limited visibility and few clear vantage points. Still, the aura of the place lingers. The name itself sparks curiosity, inviting endless speculation. Is the Blind Frog Ranch a doorway to lost civilizations? A hotspot of geological anomaly? A testing ground for undisclosed technologies? Or simply a rugged piece of land whose secrets are buried under layers of myth and misunderstanding? The truth remains elusive, buried deep beneath rock, rumor, and time. What makes Blind Frog Ranch unique is not just its anomalies, but the confluence of forces that seem to converge upon it. Ancient legends, unexplained natural phenomena, and modern technological mysteries. It's a place where treasure hunters, scientists, spiritual seekers, and thrill chasers all find a reason to look a little closer. Each comes away with more questions than answers. At its core, the Blind Frog Ranch symbolizes something larger: humanity's relentless urge to explore the unknown. In a world increasingly mapped and measured, where satellites scan every square inch of the Earth, places like this offer a rare sense of the uncharted. They resist simple explanations. They challenge the assumption that everything must be knowable. In the desolate heart of the American Southwest, where red rock mesas stretch toward the heavens and shadows lengthen with eerie patience, lies a tract of land unlike any other. Officially recorded as a 160-acre property in Uintah County, Utah, the so-called Blind Frog Ranch is anything but ordinary. Veiled in folklore, riddled with physical anomalies, and pursued by both treasure hunters and scientists, this mysterious location has become the epicenter of a modern enigma, one that defies categorization. Within the Uintah Basin, a region already steeped in legends and anomalies, the Blind Frog Ranch sits amid ancient geological upheaval. The land rolls and tears with canyons, ravines, and strata that twist into unnatural configurations. A short drive from the town of Vernal, the ranch is isolated enough to feel untouched by civilization, yet watched closely by those drawn to its whispers. On paper, it is a private property. In spirit, it is a labyrinth of secrets. The name Blind Frog stems from an encounter with eyeless amphibians found deep underground in the caverns below the ranch. These creatures, pale and translucent, are thought to have evolved in lightless conditions, hidden away for untold ages beneath the Utah rock. But the frogs are merely one detail in a mosaic of strangeness. They are a biological curiosity, yes, but more than that, they are an omen, a living signal that the subterranean world here holds forgotten stories. The geology of the ranch is among its most tantalizing features. Subsurface mapping using ground-penetrating radar has revealed long, sinuous tunnels beneath the earth, some natural, others disturbingly linear. These pathways twist through layers of sediment and mineral deposits, sometimes curving sharply as though redirected by something intelligent. Within these underground corridors lie chambers filled with water, metallic ore, and what some claim are man-made structures sealed behind walls of rock. Magnetometers and EMF readers register persistent disturbances in certain areas, as though machinery still whirred in the depths, machinery from a time or source unknown. Mining activity on the property predates its current notoriety. Old Spanish maps hint at precious metal caches in the region. Symbols etched into rock faces and weather-worn petroglyphs add to the possibility that long before any modern ownership, people came here searching for something, or hiding something. When Duane Ollinger, the ranch's current owner, began his excavation efforts, he was pursuing a legend of buried treasure. But as tunnels were cleared and sensors deployed, the story began to change. The gold seemed almost secondary to the energy pulsing through the bedrock. Equipment failed in inexplicable ways. GPS devices spun in circles. Power tools shorted out, as though the ground itself rejected intrusion. Local tribal histories further deepen the mystery. The Ute and Navajo peoples speak of sacred areas throughout the basin, portals, watches, and forbidden grounds. Oral traditions tell of ancient beings that emerged from underground realms and retreated back into them when the world changed.